straight away.
He went in at 10 stone, 5 pounds. Boxing this evening is 4th professional bout from Dublin, Ireland, Jacob and his opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing pink shorts, trimmed with white. He too went in at 10 stone, 5 pounds. As an amateur, he was a 4-time national champion and European gold medalist. As a professional, his record is a perfect one. 6 wins from 6 contests, 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Blackpool, Thomas Varey! Your technique is Chris O'Connor with the show referee Steve Gray from Fleetwood. This is a lightweight bout, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. Seconds out, round 1.
Well, here we go. 6 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Thomas Varey in the pink and white, and Jacob Mara of Dublin in the black and with the white belt around his shorts. Varey last time out in Blackpool at the Winter Gardens. Last fight finished with his opponent being pulled out of the fight in between rounds 2 and 3. And in round 2 it looked like he was close to getting rid of him. And an additional 30 seconds or so, I reckon he would have got the job done. Like we said in the build-up in the ring walks, from a good fighting family, lots of very good boxers. I was out in Colorado a few weeks ago covering the under-19 World Championships for World Boxing, and I believe it's his younger brother, Tom Varey, who was unlucky not to be in the finals, did extremely well. Fantastic amateur, and we look forward to seeing how he progresses as well. But you've seen Thomas Varey a few times, Lee.
Yeah, Thomas always looks sharp. 7th pro fight tonight. Mara's just standing in front of him. I don't think it's a good idea. He's already caught him some belting shots. He's coming out the southpaw stance in his 4th professional outing tonight. If I was him, I'd suggest to get on my toes and start moving a little bit. He's working right into Thomas's path. He did start as an amateur with the sharp style with Andy Abril down there in Blackpool. Multi-talented junior. Nice shot to the body there by Mara.
Talking of sharp style, that was a really nice, sharp, straight right hand there from Varey, who looks ever so relaxed, picking his shots nicely. And like I said on his ring walk, he just is so polished at 6-0. And at just 19 years old as well. He looks like he's been doing this in the pro ranks for such a long time, and he hasn't. So I guess the right move is just to pace him right, build him up, give him the right types of fights, and he could go a long way.
Yes, certainly. Just look how cool he is. You guys watching at home, 19 years of age, very mature for his age, picking shots. Lovely shot under the elbows there.
And that one under the elbow hurt Jacob Mara, because you could see just from a couple of feet away he really winced.
Good return by Mara. Get into the body. Thomas just feeling him out.
Lovely straight right hand there from Varey. Timed it well. It was textbook stuff. A good opening round there, Lee. Did plenty of good stuff, and I'm sure the corner team will be happy with how he performed in that one.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, he did all the coaching by Andy. They all listen. He gives them different, different technique, different technical stuff to different fighters, and they seem to carry it out. They all listen intently to him.
But that's one of the things, isn't it? Like, good fighters can listen and then put it into action, which isn't that easy to do, is it?
No. No, because sometimes you think you know better. The boxers think they know better, or they lose the plot. And you know, just looking on the TV there, look how cool he looks. 19 years of age, cool as a cucumber. Listen to the coaching.
10 seconds.
Ready for round 2.
Seconds out. Round 2.
The amount of talented fighters that Andy Abro and the sharp-style gym in Blackpool have produced is really quite something. It's a pretty special place. What they went on to achieve in the amateurs was phenomenal. Just national champions galore, wasn't there? Just coming out of every single corner, there was an unbelievable talent.
Yeah, it was a phenomenon. You know, when there's a sharp style fighter in there, they always went the distance, as in reach the final if they didn't win it.
What do you think about Varey's pace, Lee? Do you think he's pacing this right, or would you like to see a little bit more work from him?
I'd like to see a little bit more, Darren. I'd like to see a little, you know, I'd like to team test Mara a little bit more, perhaps get him out of there. You know, obviously we don't know what the game plan is.
He got caught with a straight left hand there, did Varey. It was quite an overreaching one from Dublin's Jacob Mara, but it got through and just tapped him on the nose.
We didn't expect it. I don't think Thomas Varey did either. With the sharp backhand through the middle there by Varey.
Good variety of shots, or good variety of targeting from Varey. With that jab, he's going both upstairs and downstairs. And you can hear it kind of crack and thud when he lands, because he does put some venom into that. And that was a really well timed right uppercut from Varey, Lee.
Yeah, on the way in. Mara didn't see it coming. He's marked a little bit over the left eye now. Again catching Thomas with a backhand.
Varey just controlling that distance, always doing something, trying to land one of those big shots, but a relatively slow tempo from Varey in this, when the first couple of rounds, and this one scheduled for 6. If you're just joining us, welcome along wherever you're watching. Boxing News app, YouTube, VIP. You're joined by myself, Darren Rees, and my co-commentator is Lee Whitehead. We'll be with you for the duration of this event. Many fights still to come. Heavy right hand there from Varey. It seems, Lee, when he gets caught, it's like, not wakes him up, but makes him want to go for it a little bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's how boxing goes, though, Darren. You know, someone hits you, you do want to hit him back, but I think he's had a little, you know, I'd like to see him at a faster pace. Would you not agree?
Yeah, he's picking his shots nicely. He's doing lots of good work. He's showing us how good he is. But I reckon if he put his foot on the gas, then he could have Jacob Mara in a bit more trouble. That's for sure. What do you reckon the advice is in the red corner there?
Well, I don't know. I'd like Andy to be in the same advice you just said. Up it a little bit and let's see what he's got. Let's see if he can get Mara out of there. You know, it's a 6 rounder, yeah, but why not take him out of there if he can do? What's the point of, you know, taking him along the way?
Seconds out. Round 3.
Round 3. And both fighters meet in the centre of the ring. Jacob Mara, those nice high hands, but leaving that body exposed. Dangerous place to be when you're in there with a sharp and speedy fighter like Thomas Varey. Or is he trying to get Varey to come in and go down to the body so he can try and counter him? I don't know, but let's hope we don't see too much of Mara just grabbing hold of Varey every time that he tries to do some work, because it could turn into a pretty boring and dull fight, and a frustrating one for Varey too. And just as I say it, he does it once again.
Been warned that time off the referee.
The Varey corner just shouting for him to touch him, and then let it flow. That's the advice coming from them. Just want that kind of fluency of shots, Lee.
Yeah, throw a different type of shot in, mix between head and body. A little bit, just head hunting a little bit at the moment this round. Nice jab back by Mara.
It looks like Varey's just trying to tee him up for that big shot, that big left hook, that big straight right hand, rather than break him down, isn't he? He's just going through the motions, ever so relaxed, both body and head, and just throwing the odd one or two big shot like that one to the body.
Yeah, I'd like to see more combinations, Darren, rather than the single shots.
But this round is just consisted of Thomas Varey being in full control at every moment of the round, and then just throwing those big one shots, whether that's a straight right hand or a left hook, and then the odd two shot combination. He's easily, comfortably winning the rounds, and I guess he's just doing exactly what he's being told in the corner, because Andy Abrol's telling him to touch, and then let him flow. But maybe he's not letting them flow with enough punches for us ringside and for the people watching him. But the work he's doing is still good.
Spot on, Darren. Yeah, he's following the control of Andy. Andy seems to be happy with it, so the game plan's being played out just as they wanted it to be. Obviously, we're expecting a little bit more for the fans. Maybe a little bit more stoppage, a bit more flair, a bit more power.
That's certainly it. That's certainly it, because I think you need to be able to be disciplined and not get carried away and not think, oh, what would the fans want? It's about getting the job done and making sure that you are victorious, because at 19 years old, in 3 or 4 years, he could be in a position where he's 15, 16, 17-0, and that's when he could get those opportunities to fight for some proper titles and, you know, go a lot further. So that discipline is ever so important, but he's certainly coming out with a bit more aggression in this round, Lee.
He had a bit of a spring in his step. You nailed it there, Darren. Exactly right. 19 years of age. 7 professional outings tonight. I think he's come out a little bit more purpose in this round.
Turns that right hand over really nicely, does Varey. Throws that right uppercut and then turns it into a right hook upstairs with such fluency. You can see it's a shot, it's a combination which he's thrown thousands and thousands of times before. It works nicely, and a couple of times he's thrown it in the last couple of rounds, Mara's been caught off guard. And that's another one he does well, is that jab upstairs and then dips his legs and then fires that straight right hand down to the body. And although he's thrown these things quite a bit, Mara hasn't sussed it out, or he's not quick enough, or he hasn't got the skills to do anything about it. Would that be fair?
Yeah, you got to bang on, Darren, yeah. But he's stuck it a little bit now. He's threw more shots in his repertoire. He's opened up a little bit more. Before he was just throwing the same shots all the time. Now he's opened up. Maybe that was the key. Round 4. A little touch with that front hand.
He caught Mara on the way out there. Just scraped the corner of his chin with a left hook. You can see the distance that Varey wants to fight at. And that was beautiful work from Varey. That left hook to the body, one upstairs and finished it with a straight right hand. But getting back to what I was saying is, when Mara tries to make an entrance and sort of put his head on his chest, he kind of pushes him away to say, no, I'd quite like you there, thank you very much. And then he gets back to work and keeping him at bay.
Yeah, I think it's been Thomas Varey's busiest round, Darren. Best round too. Would you agree with that?
I think that most definitely is his best round so far. He gone up just a few percent. Nothing outrageous, that's for sure. But he's certainly put his foot on the gas a little bit more, and the aggression was there. And when he lets those hands go, you can imagine if he really, went to 100% just for bursts of 15-20 seconds, he could be really, really dangerous, couldn't he?
Yeah, certainly. Totally agree. I think right from the start of round 4 there, he came out rocking and turned all round.
You see in the action replay, kind of one-way traffic really. Varey just nice short right hand there a moment ago.
10 seconds, bonus.
And there's that combination he threw right towards the end. That
Round 5.
lead hook to the body upstairs, then finished it with a straight right hand. More of that will be appreciated by his corner team. That jab of Varey's is really getting in the way and doing the job which it's meant to do of Mara, who just can't make his way in, because every time he tries to go in, he just gets his head snapped back with that jab, which is just ruining every intention he has of getting in there. And with all the respect in the world, Lee, Mara's just a bit of a moving punch bag at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's bleeding from the nose now as well, Darren. A cheeky little right uppercut in there.
Solid lead hook from Varey. Threw one with the right hand and followed it up with the left, and that worked well for him. Beautiful footwork as well, just stepped off that line of his left foot and then whipped the left hook round. Was nowhere to be seen. And blood is coming from the nose of Jacob Mara, the man from Dublin, who has got a seriously tough and rapid opponent in front of him, and one which he lost ideas of how to get in there with quite some time ago. Solid shot once again from Varey. Follows it up with another right hand and that lead hook to the body. Good slip and counter there, Lee. He does that well.
Yeah, total focus.
There's moments of this fight where it looks like a pad work session. Instead of pads, it's a live opponent in front of him. I don't think Jacob Mara's thrown anything back really, other than the odd jab in that round.
I think he's scared now.
I think he has been hurt by quite a few of those shots, both head and body. Look, we've bigged up Thomas Varey, and rightly so. Mara's had a few moments throughout the fight, but none of any significance. What is it, Lee? You know, you're an ex-fighter. You've been in there in the pro ranks. We see so many fighters. Look, how many fights have you and I called now together? Probably over 50, 60. We've seen an array of fighters, haven't we? What is it about Thomas Varey, you think, which makes you think, actually, he's a bit different to some of the others? I reckon he can go a bit further.
Levels. He's 19 years of age. Looks very, very mature. He's boxing to the coaching of Andy. And he's picking the shots nicely. As he's gone through, he's waited 3 rounds. He's up to it. I'm hoping the 6th round is the best round that he's done so far.
Well said, that man. Here we go, the 6th and final round of this lightweight contest. Thomas Varey out of the Andy Abrell gym in Blackpool, Sharp Style Gym. Jacob Mara coming out with a bit more of a work rate in the opening moments of this round. How long it'll last for, I don't know. Varey just staying very calm, being patient, and then landing the shots when he feels like it's the time to do so. He's really putting some effort into those right hands now. And just a couple of feet away, they are thudding. He's dipping his toes or sticking his toes into the canvas. And that was a lovely left hook there from Thomas Varey. And another one which followed.
Left hook round the beard.
You get the sense that he's starting to smell blood, and he could, with 2 minutes to go, have the intentions of getting the job done.
Looks like he's followed the plan. I think that's the aim here, Darren. A 6-round stoppage here by the look of it. Mara looking marked up now.
The corner team of Thomas Varey just screaming for him to go forwards and get the work done, because every time Jacob Mara gets hold of him, Andy Abrell is screaming to push him off and get back to your work, and that's exactly what he's doing. Heavy shot after heavy shot, one after another.
I think this is his first 6-rounder, Darren.
Well, maybe that was always the plan, just to pace those rounds out, make sure you can do it. The proof is in the pudding, and then if you've got your fighter ready for the taking, then you do it.
He's got the round under his belt. Slackened off a bit this last round. That's 45 seconds. Lovely screw shot there to the left.
There was a right hook which Varey landed, and it lifted the left leg off the floor of Jacob Mara. I'm telling you now, that one really got through. Well, he didn't get the stoppage, but he certainly went for it in that 6th and final round, a lot more than he did in the 5 previous rounds. But 6 rounds in the bank. I'm sure they worked on many a thing in that fight, stuff which they would have been drilling over and over again for weeks or even months in the training ground, as it were. But a good performance from young Thomas Varey.
A great performance. He really upped it. You know, we've got that 60-54, Darren.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah,
every round.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think the plan, you know, get the first 3 out of the way. Round 4, he picked it up and edged it up, and you know, his shoulder could do 6 rounds quite easily now. Credit to Jacob Mara though. He stuck in there. He earned his money. It looks a bit worse for wear, a bit marked up around the eyes, the nose, the lips.
He certainly did. And just looking at Jacob Mara, he goes over to Thomas Varey, gives him a pat on the back and says, well done. But let's get the official score from our MC, Mr. Phil Seymour.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we announce the result, can you please put your hands together for both boxers? After 6 rounds of lightweight action, we go to referee Steve Gray's scorecard. He scores the contest 60 points to 54 points in favour of your winner. From Blackpool, Thomas Varey!
But there we go, as expected, Thomas Varey moves on in his professional career. 6 rounds in the bank. A solid win, some good noise from his supporters who have travelled here to Bolton to watch him. And I'm sure there'll be plenty that they can look back and be like, yep, that worked well. That's what we worked on. You did lots of that. Next time, we'll do this, that and the other, because that is exactly what these fights are about, Lee.
Yeah, it's a learning fight early days. He's 19 years of age, said once again, Darren, and a great polished, mature performance for a 19-year-old.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.